and here is the Black Sea with Crimea. And most maps that this is at the very end of the Tartarian Empire as it shrunk and fell. And majority of old maps, the older they are, the larger the Tartarian territory and empire is illustrated. And usually Crimea is always labeled as Little Tartaria. And to this day, there's still the indigenous Tartar people that live there, and that they are ethnic Turkish, and that the Tartarian Turkish heritage and connection cannot be, well, it can't be left out, and it is vastly left out and ignored in most of the pop culture Tartarian theses and videos and content that you see out there. But that there was this Turkish Muslim Sunni Tartar peoples, and that they extended all the way through Central Asia from Crimea throughout these areas, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, modern day, all the stands, and into China, where today they're called the Uyghur people, the Uyghurs. And often in the West, there's claims of abuses by the Chinese Communist government against the Uyghur people, and that they are suppressed, but they are actually ethnic Turkish Tartarian as well, Tartars. And what has to be pointed out and essential is in all these old Tartarian maps, this modern day is mostly desert and desolate area, and that there's no history of these cities that literally line the Siberian coast all along the North Eurasia there. And in every single map, you can kind of see Tartaria written there. Sorry for the pixelation. There's all these rivers that don't really exist anymore, castles, settlements, cities. And it's just like in Africa, and just like what Stiggs is finding and looking at while over going to investigate the Eye of the Sahara in, yes, sir, let's bring it. This is live right now. And shout out Craig, Headleyman BC. Good to see you, my friend. Chris CJDV, Quadton, Noreen, Calix. I love you all. Thank you for being here today. So in all of these ancient maps, and the ones that have a very large territory, well, I guess this one is essentially continents it's colored by. Very interesting, but still at the point that Antarctica is already discovered, and it's still giant and connects Australia, thus Terra Australis. And you have South America going all the way down to Antarctica in these maps, and most of them also have Tartaria labeled in these pre-cataclysm maps. Asia, Arabia, Manchuria. I wish I had better pixel resolution. Terra Australis, the whole giant bottom of the world called Terra Australis, connecting Antarctica all the way up with actual modern day Australia. And you can see South America quite larger, much larger. You got the river through the Sahara in Africa here, going by where Styx currently is, and then this other island that definitely isn't Australia and possibly could be Lemuria, potentially. Way more islands as well in Micronesia area, and of course the North Pole at this time, the 4 islands with Mount Pole something here, not called Mount Meru. This one again, Terra Australis, this giant one. So clearly these were maps that were copied from pre-cataclysm maps that were remaining. Oh, thank you, Let's Write. Huge donations. Appreciate the support, and didn't have to do 2, but I do appreciate it, and thank you for supporting. Again, we got this big island here that is not Australia, coming up all the way to this massive Antarctica potential ice sheet, but there's lots of green here, and this is where Australia is, and the whole continent again called that. And we can't see the name there. Again, the 4 pole islands. Greenland much larger, so is Iceland and Friesland. Still existing, or is this Friesland and that's Iceland? Not sure, but yes, Friesland right there. So lots of lost former islands that were most likely inhabited, and that as the colonial powers went out and re-explored, recharted the seas, both the UK, the Jesuit order, and whatnot, taking over from whoever, I guess the survivors of pre-cataclysm, or potentially Tartaria that could have been multi-continent, at least trading sea-wise. Were they the sea people? Potentially. And also in these older maps, pre-cataclysm, California, or the Baja Peninsula, an island, and that there's Antarctica as a massive continent. And here we have this strange map that shows Antarctica without ice, the dual continent and this giant hole in the middle. This is actually, I guess, in the 60s or 70s. Yeah, Terra de Fuego is also what they call part of Antarctica in those days. Along one half was Terra Australis, the other half Terra de Fuego. Correct. And so this is an old map. Like, how old? I'm gonna have to find out. Absolutely insane, and no possible way they could have known what Antarctica looked like without the ice. And that was only discovered in the 60s or 70s. Insane. Again, before Northern Islands. Massive Greenland. Or is that no, that's Antarctica, maybe. Yes, because there's South America. There's going up to like Fiji Islands, Philippines, and whatnot. And here is Africa, Tanzania, and South America connected to Antarctica at that time. Look at that. Look at the detail. And it went all the way up, included Australia and New Zealand here still. So was Australia covered in ice potentially here? This is actually really huge, and this these maps really, right? Where's New Zealand? Exactly. New Zealand is like right up in here somewhere with Australia. Like this could be some of the Solomon Islands and stuff. And what's the other? Drawn blank. My apologies. Again, Terra Australis all the way. Is that Australia, maybe? I don't know. What are all these bigger islands? No, because look at how close it is to North America. That's not possible. I don't know. Very, very strange. Again, all these old maps. You have South America connecting to the Antarctic ice sheet. You have Baja Peninsula as an island still, yet they've gone and explored Hudson Bay potentially and up Greenland a little bit there, right? So they're going, and all the ships they sent out, it was like they were remapping the Earth, and you can see as they redrew South America to the proper size, North America to the proper size, Madagascar smaller. Sorry, earlier I said Tanzania. I meant Madagascar. Tanzania being off Australia, not Africa. And again, look at how close the tip is here. All these mountain ranges or pyramids. Very, very interesting. And Africa, almost at 90 degrees. And still having ley lines in this map. Very interesting. Way more islands. Way bigger islands. Madagascar way larger. Look at these big islands out there. Right, so where is Australia? And is that New Zealand? Like, it's very hard to tell because this would be like Thailand, I think, and Vietnamish or something. You got India there, China there, and look at Japan. Japan is this giant, big island chunk, way different shape, way larger in these times. So these maps, this is before they sent. They might have still been trading with Asia at that time, but they hadn't sent cartographers. Yes, that's the right word, I think. Right? So very, very interesting what is going on in these pre-cataclysm, well, half copied pre-cataclysm, right? So these were made off of their new explorations, as well as like, so these are all after around the time, and some are even before Columbus actually, and or right after, and it's like they're clearly going through and remapping the world, and for the parts that they haven't reached yet, they're just copying the previous civilizations maps. And look at this, the Antarctica, this big river going into the South Pole, and or is that, I don't know which one's Australia. Very, very strange. That's South America. That's Africa. That's Madagascar. It's top of Africa, so it goes down to there. And this right here connects to up there. Need to find one with the date. Again, the Friesland that no longer exists. What's this big island off of Greenland? Is that Hudson Bay? And what is this giant lake with the island in the middle? Shalaga, most likely. I think that's Friesland. Central. And right here, this right here is literally the coil winding for a bifilar coil that will put out the Schumann resonance. This is the cymatic winding of the Schumann resonance. What is this monk doing, and why does he have some device that is this giant Schumann resonance antenna? Like very, very well, beyond sus, it needs to be explained. And are these ghosts? I just noticed that. Are these actually like entities up in there? Potentially, or orbs? Maybe? I'm not sure. He's got like a book, little book or altar, a wand controlling this Schumann resonance device in Latin. Interesting. Novi Orbis. What is the date? Oh, but see, they've found that the Baja coast is connected now. They've sailed up it and they've sailed the St. Lawrence, but they haven't found the Great Lakes yet. And look at all of these crazy rivers that they had mapped. How did they have all of South America mapped, and yet these rivers didn't really fully exist at that time and have changed? And they supposedly didn't even know the South Pole, Antarctica had been designed or discovered yet. Oh, I missed the face. Oops. I don't doubt that at all. Another part now, so getting back into the Tartaria aspect and the star forts, the star citadel cities, the insane like mapping and engineering, and it was all over the world. It's yet to really be explained. Still, Oz, Haiti, maybe? I don't know. No, maybe. What is this? The Hudson Bay, potentially? Still the four islands. Yeah, Cuba. So Haiti and Cuba already existing at this time. Like, maybe that's turning into Australia. I'm not sure. Very strange. I really need to get higher resolution of these images and find out what is written in there and what are these islands. Like, so much information and detail. It's like need to get the originals and be able to read what they say. America, Brazil already. Like, and there's the countries being named countries before they even existed. Chile, Brazil. What the hell is this city in the middle that has this freaking waterway up, as well as a second waterway up, as well as a third waterway in? Like, what was this? And like they said, there was no life, no inhabitants, not mapped, and like cities everywhere, cities inside. Terra Australis, clearly the South Pole, Antarctica. Terra Australis, long before it was ever discovered, still South America going to the tip there. Africa, wild. And like these are waterways going into these star citadel locations. The engineering, absolutely insane. How were they doing this sort of engineering in this time frame? Like, it's these ports in. So those the ports? I'm not sure. Mexicana, Peru, Circulus Arcticus. Circulus Arcticus. So long before these ever existed, they did exist. Before they officially existed, they already existed. Shalaga, right in there. Like, how a gamma? Like, what? Before they existed, they existed. Oceanus Peruvianus and Peru. Very suspect, to say the least. How? Unless it's leftovers from this previous civilization. Oh, see, here they don't map the poles, except, oh, yes, they do, and they still have it down at the bottom and the top. Again, Terra Australis, again, the 4 islands at the North Pole, and Australia, Antarctica connected at the South Pole, South America, again, going all the way down. What are those islands in Friesland? Oh, need to get better copy of Haiti again. Cuba already. Haiti and Cuba already existing. And even the Arabs also had the world map with whatever this was. Look at how different South America is. What is this giant island? So if that's still the Baja Peninsula, then what is this massive island here? What is this massive island? Maybe that's a larger Hawaii. You got the 4 big islands of the north, and you have this Terra Australis. You have Madagascar much larger. You have Lake Victoria much larger. You have whatever this massive island is. Japan, again, is wider and bigger. So it was a global knowledge and right waterway into the Amazon. You got it. And it's even showing these waterways here, these 2 ups, right? And then that it was coming in this way, and that way in the other maps. And it's still pretty much depicted in these as well. Scotland, something, and Pharaoh in Lul, what? And Friedland, maybe? I'm not sure. Or Farah Infill, Frickland, and boom, 1754. Grand Tartary. So we're told in this time frame, no civilization existed out here. It was uninhabited, and don't worry about it. Yet here it is, all the way. There's the Caspian. There's there's the Caspian. There's the Black Sea, and it extends all the way to Crimea right there. So you have Europe, and it comes all the way to Crimea. You have Persia still, India, China, Arabia, and Tartary, Grand Tartary. Again, look at what Japan looks like at this point. 1754. So they didn't yet know or fully be able to map Japan, yet Grand Tartary extending all the way down. Oh. Right? It's like they're copied in different. Oh, I guess that was the same language. America, a Mexicana, Shalaga, a Francia, Circulus Arcticus, 4 islands with the rivers going in, whatever this island is, Greenland, oops, and Peru, Oceanus, Peru. And again, this waterway all the way up. Oops. Chile, Trinidad, Influla Solomonis. So Solomon Islands right there. So this is Australia. That's the Solomon Islands. That is Australia. And New Zealand, still part of Antarctica, apparently. Right? Because the Solomon Islands are right next to it. Right? They are Bulgaria very old. So we'll have to take a look in and see in Europe if we got more. Oh, what's this giant inland sea like lake? So again, look at how much detail of South America. You have cities all the way along, all cities named. Those are like names. And this big circle, and then this lake city inside. You got 1 river, 2 river, 3 rivers in. And very interesting. Were these the giants that they were encountering in the Americas? Oops. Up, wrong button. Back to the maps. All right. Again, another Arabic one. Again, you have Australia here as part of Antarctica, South America connecting to it, the 4 big islands. It was a worldwide phenomenon. They all knew. All the elites, all the kings, the monarchs, the churches, they knew it. They were in on it. Let's see. Any last? There we go. Tartaria. The Christians in America and their poor Christianity. Wherewood Christian world. Hondius' map of the Christian world. American Stephen Trian. America Mead, Radionalis, Patagonia, Terra del Fuego, Guinea, Europe, Tartaria. Look at that. Tartaria making up Northern Asia. Very. And look, here's the lake and the river going, and this lake and the river going through Africa still at this point. What year was this printed? 1519? No way. How is the English so good? I have to look into the sources of these more. Fascinating stuff. And try to get higher resolutions as well. Again, look at all of the maps have these waterways. All of them have the waterways. And throughout Tartaria area too. Every single one. Here you got Tartaria up here and Carthage. Carthage up there. Something very interesting. Anomalies galore. All right. That finishes the segment of the old maps. My God, we're already...
Yeah.
It's just BurnEye! BurnEye just like last week, huh?
Weekend at Bernie's.